Welcome to Around the Kinky Campfire podcast. This is your host, the Cuddle Gigolo, aka El Comidon, aka Mango Boogies, but also known officially as H.H. Julius, your entertainment creative. I'm here with Miss Rue, our education guru, and our goal in this podcast is to destigmatize the taboo topics of kink, non-monogamy, and BDSM. We like to educate through awareness and with our experiences, and we are not certified professionals as of yet. So our non-judgmental topics, with a dash of facts, are to be taken mostly as entertainment and with, some slice of life anecdotal stories. Your opinions, lifestyles, and or way of thinking may not be in alignment with ours, but your opinion, lifestyle, way of thinking is also okay as well. And the fact that you have an opinion is valid. We're not here to change your minds. We are here just to provide a different point of view. Please join us every second and fourth Thursdays of every month, and our episodes are uploaded to all major platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, etc., etc. Please look forward to this coming episode, as we will start shortly, and make sure to especially pay attention to our ASR Minute, which will start very soon.
So, we're back. For you guys, it's only been like the regular 3 weeks or whatever it is since the end of March.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all the way at April.
Oh, yeah?
The end of April. The end of April. Yes, that too.
Not really. We're in the middle of April.
We are in the middle of April, but we are at the end of April. Yeah, we are with them at the end of April.
We, quote unquote, we.
So, welcome. This is, it's been a while for us.
Mm-hmm.
We've done things since then. We'll explain it to you after the second intro, because you already heard the official intro. So now we got to do our real intro. So, I guess, I want to do the introduction, but we got to wait for that. Okay, so we'll do the introduction afterwards. So we're just going to skip to everybody's favorite moment. What are you drinking?
We are back to those Mighty Swells Pink Colada.
Yes, not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Oh, that's right. It's pink. Dang it. I should have gotten that. I thought it said pina colada, and I'm like, I don't want a pina colada. Pink colada.
Pink colada.
That was a good
Colada.
one. What am I drinking? Same. Mighty Swell. Tiger's Blood. Actually, I don't know what it tastes like. I don't remember this one. Oh, I know. I know why I moved from the mic. I turn my head when I look this way. Maybe that's what it is.
A month and a half. Yeah, this is our second year, so we're still figuring that out. We've gotten constructive criticism. One of these days, we will have the monies to pay for.
This tastes like rotten fruit.
It's been there for a month and a half. So for the campsters in the background behind the curtain,
Gross.
This has been a month and a half. We've been busy doing stuff, so that stuff's been sitting there since the last time.
It doesn't go bad. It's alcohol.
I don't know. I didn't know that our wine stores and such, I mean, most ABC Liquors, I think that's nationwide. I haven't been to California, I don't know how long. But there's certain places like ABC Liquor that we have here that you can make your own six-pack. I didn't know that.
So for all the drinking you do, I can't believe that you didn't know that.
I've been doing that for a long time.
I didn't know that.
I am stunned.
I'm not that fancy. I just grab a bottle and go. I'm used to the hood liquor stores.
I want to give you like the look that you give everybody else. And like life experience shame you for that.
No, I'm trying not to do that anymore.
Good, because it sucks.
Anyways.
That fucking life experience shamer.
Sure, yeah, that one. And I have tried Sun Lab, which I never heard. So basically, I just went to the seasonal craft beers and grabbed, it's ales, sours. Sour specifically, yeah.
Ale.
I realized wheats wasn't good enough, and then sour.
I don't like sours.
Yeah, I love sours. It's delicious. It's got all that sugar in there, probably. So it's gonna make me go to sleep after.
What else do you like? So you like ciders, sours, and
no, not ciders. Too much sugar in there.
What's the other one?
Wheats.
No, there's one. It's like a mid country like Midwestern something. I forget what it's called.
What you're talking about.
And there's sours like that. You'd like that.
Sure.
He
Sun
doesn't
Craze
give a shit.
from
Listen to that
Sun Lab.
asshole.
I don't know where it's from. Oh, Miami,
Fucking
Florida.
Attitude.
Delicious. But that was all a prelude to everybody's real favorite moment.
I don't know why y'all looking at me.
I'm mad at him now. I don't want to participate.
And
Just sit here. I'm fucking grumpy now.
what do you need?
Huh? Get out of here. Just touch me.
What do you
touch me.
need?
Gross. Need you to not be an asshole.
Would you? That's not going to happen. So what else do you need?
That's not going to happen.
Well, then.
What else do you need?
Well.
ASMR minute in 3, 2.
I guess I'll participate. Tiger's blood. Oh, God.
So wrong.
Okay, I'm done.
I even send him videos now of these,
Oh,
and
yeah?
he rejects them. He doesn't like them.
Well,
I don't know if you send them to me anymore. I haven't gotten a pop-up, so I don't know.
he's mad about you sending the Pops things with the heads cut off and all that business.
No, I
so
don't
I
even
think
watch
he
those.
just doesn't
Nope,
watch
don't
your
even watch
shit
those.
anymore.
Nope. It's probably on permanent mute. That's why it hasn't been popping up.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
even-
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even know
needed
how
it.
it works anymore.
You're sending him that shit and he doesn't want it.
Yeah. Or I check it because I get a bunch of Facebook chats now. So there's a bunch in there. It's business and work.
Ooh, sorry, I moved my mic. That probably.
I hope you all enjoyed
This is
that.
better.
That was delicious.
Blech.
Yeah.
I'll put knock my mic down. Everything's fine.
Okay. Now we have unfortunate news. We go from a high to a low.
Ooh.
You're just gonna do all the
Ooh.
noises. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Beatboxing
police
over
academy?
here.
I can't remember the police academy guy. The one who made all the noises.
Fucking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Him. Something. Forgot. I think he died recently.
Candy.
He did.
Not Candy.
Yeah.
Belushi.
Bismarcky?
John Belushi.
No.
Not Bismarcky?
This guy was black.
Oh,
was
that
Bismarcky.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
The one to make all
not
the
Eddie
noises.
Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm
Was
gonna
it
look it up.
Eddie-
No,
No,
he beatboxed.
He beatboxed.
Wasn't he in Men in Black too?
I can't remember anything recent that he's done.
Yeah.
I hear about him in podcasts, but not anything like.
Hold on, I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah. But
What movie did you say?
we've lost Police Academy.
Police Academy.
Police Academy.
We've lost our esteemed member. A pseudo pillar in my community.
Michael Winslow?
Yes, Michael Winslow.
Okay.
Pseudo pillar in our community. In my community.
Pseudo.
Well, yeah. Kind of, sort of.
What the fuck?
She was like a made-up character, kind of.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
It was representative of a... It's a symbol, like Superman. Got the S on his chest? Yeah, that's the D. So...
you're the big D.
I had the big D on
You
my
Big
got the
D.
big D.
As
Here's my
y'all
dick.
know, we were being sea anemones, and some of us still kind of, sort of. I'm working on it, so I gotta.
Yeah,
work on it.
I might go the way the same way.
I gotta
don't
go. I
fucking care.
gotta get my business name out there. But right now, it's not about me. We've lost an esteemed member. Do you want to play the music now?
Dun 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 dun. In memoriam,
Y'all are ridiculous.
we've lost a member of our team.
That seems like a bad guy, Darth Vader type
Dun
march.
dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun. Do you want me to freaking play it? Jesus.
No,
Yeah.
It's,
How did
it's
she-
fine.
Nope. I'm fucking
How did
finding
she-
it
how did
now.
she leave us?
Such a
It's so
douche.
fine.
Do we know how
She
she
died.
left us?
Did she?
She
Did
didn't
she?
die. She didn't die.
She tripped and fell off a bridge.
She fell on a
She
dick.
drowned when
She
she
fell-
jumped
she
into
gagged
the
on a dick?
water.
She gagged on a dick. She got
Oh.
impaled.
She was juggling dildos
Juggling dildos.
on the edge of a bridge.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
And then fell into the water.
Plunged
Yes.
into the depths,
And
never
then
to be seen
As she
again.
hit the water, one of the biggest dildos that she had that she was juggling just happened to
clanked
get
her in the head.
just,
Got
it got
lodged.
stuck in her
Stuck
throat.
in her throat.
Right in there.
Just perfect angle where the
Oh.
water hits.
And that
It's
was
like
it.
cement.
Yep.
And then the suction cup part of the dildo just stuck it right up,
Stuck
and then
it
she
right up there.
gagged. And then they say she went out peacefully. With a
Well, I
smile.
mean, if it was with a dildo in her mouth, it probably was peaceful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Before she could drown, she suffocated on the dildo. It broke her sarcophagus.
I think this is it. It's Chopin.
Who? What? Okay. Yeah, I probably would have been more prepared if I had the music. I probably had the music somewhere. Probably gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Something there. I don't know.
Are you serious?
It's not on YouTube. It's a publicity. Sure. Is it non-copyrighted? I don't know. I'll research it later. But anyways, does anybody else have any words for our esteemed member?
She was the best of us and the sluttiest of us. And so they're both drinking. I'm took a drink at the same time.
Are you? That
I
was
shall
it.
forever miss her slutty ways. I don't know.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't remember if she was that slutty over
I
here.
don't think she was that slutty.
Anything?
Slutty. It's more slutty
No,
than me.
I mean, it was a good run. She had a good time.
She had a good ride.
She had a good ride. Yeah.
That dick.
She knew how to ride a dick. Okay.
Fuck.
Wow.
All right, happy music. Get out of here. We got another introduction for you. We got an official introduction. Play some happy music now.
No, you didn't actually say what happened.
You didn't say
She's
you just-
choking the dick.
She who?
Who?
Dame. For the love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, in memoriam.
She died.
We are here to remember Dame.
I'm not here to talk bad about the dead.
Dame.
I don't even-
Dame has left us.
Out of sight, out of mind. Play the happy
Oh
music.
my God.
Play the happy music. Dame is dead. Ring the bells. Pope has died.
Well, you gotta just
Sit the smoke.
do the intros, and then I'll.
No, we got to officially
I'll
introduce
find
our new
I
member.
will. I'm looking for a song. There's this song I like that you're talking about.
Actually, you should probably go last so you can explain. So our new member, you might have heard her in the background during that
Unbelievable.
memorial. She was very sad, mostly crying the whole time because she was so sad at the sudden loss of our great companion. But as is tradition, we will move on and to introduce our new member. But first, we will go with the normal introductions. To my left, I have playing.
I have the song queued.
Yeah, okay. After you and my introduction,
This is still Esme.
Esme, and we're going to go out of order. And this is the great and honorable Fresno Bob.
Fresno?
Fresno Bob.
Bob. So he's Bob tonight.
Fresno Bob.
All right. You ready?
Fresno.
Yeah.
And introducing for the first
Wait for it.
time
Wait. Yep.
ever. She's been around for a long time, but she finally decided to grace us with her presence.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay.
I love it.
To my right, I have.
This is Miss Rue.
Oh!
Hey.
Let me see if I can hit the applause. Nope.
That was not it.
There we go.
Fucked up.
Second time's the charm. So, Miss Rue is here.
Yes.
Yay! You live in the southeastern part of the United States.
Yeah.
You've probably heard her somewhere. Probably at
Few
a
places,
local
yeah.
smut convention
Yeah.
where she's a
One
local
of 'em.
celebrity.
About all that.
Yeah, I mean, if people are asking for your autographs and writing books about you, I think this is celebrity status.
What?
Miss Rue.
Yes.
Not affiliated with anybody else on this podcast.
No.
Would you like to
You like my
explain how
face?
you ended up here and why you killed Dame?
Kicking
welcome.
and screaming. Why I killed Dame.
Why you kicked her off that bridge?
So when we started on this journey, I'm affiliated with different things, and I am always uber paranoid about whether or not my personal opinions and my personal beliefs publicly align with who I either teach with or for or represent or anything like that. And so I'm always super protective of those people and those entities. And so I thought it would be better if I didn't go by the name everybody knows me by, simply because what if my opinion was unpopular or not liked, and I didn't want there to be fallout where it wasn't necessary. And so then I spent some time alone, honestly.
Reflected?
And sure, we'll go with that. And I had caught myself telling other people when they ask about your background and how you got to where you're at. And I would talk about how like my journey and my identifications and all of that, and how I felt like when I finally said for the first time that I was a leather dominant, that I felt like I could breathe because I felt like I was in my own skin. I was authentically who I was. And so I felt that I can't preach authenticity if I don't live it. And so how authentic was I really being by doing this project and doing this podcast and sharing my experiences and sharing everything about me if it wasn't me doing it? And so I was like, you know what? I got some feedback from people who had listened to the podcast from an outsider's perspective.
Hello, people.
And hello, people.
Hey, friends.
And they really didn't see where my opinions and my views or my education was misaligned with anything that I normally do on a regular basis. And I think that was the validation I was looking for. And I was like, you know what? I can't tell other people to be authentically themselves, and I can't try to live an authentic path if I hide behind a name. So I decided to say, screw it. I am too old to play games with anything. Either people are going to like what I have to say or they are not going to like what I have to say. And so I decided to kill the pseudonym and be on here still authentically me, still my opinions, still my experiences, and still my information, and be freer with it as who I really am, which is Rue. So,
Ms. Rue.
Yeah. You don't have to do the Miss part.
Welcome, Ms. Rue. Is it Miss?
It's just Rue. I tell people it's Miss Rue or Rue, whatever
you're
comfortable with. I don't
so in
force
real life,
I don't force
it
on
Rue.
anybody. Yeah, it's just
so
Rue.
this is going to be easy for me.
So all those times that I went in and edited out the name, I can just put those back in.
Put them back in. Yeah. No.
But as a pillar of my community, I can actually say this now because,
Still.
there's a statue for Dame
It's
back there
never
in the
gonna-
corner collecting dust now. But Rue's here, and she's a pillar of my community.
Where's your applause?
For what?
I don't know.
Rue's
Already
here.
close.
Rue's here.
Oh,
Do it again.
I did it once. Yes.
Yay, welcome, Rue.
Said it when she was here.
Wow, that doesn't last very long.
No, it doesn't. No.
Oh, that's what she said.
Wow. Yeah, it was good. Okay. There you go. So I have opinions.
I do.
Go for it.
Why do we go by pseudonyms still?
I still go by pseudonyms because
I know exactly why.
this is me in podcast mode. So
You have avatars of yourself.
yes. So everybody knows my social name, and I appreciate everybody actually using that because that helps me keep in the social thing. So for the friends that are listening, I appreciate that. But right now, I've gone by different names because this is like podcast mode, which is different. I too will come up with a Rue type name because I will use the podcast for entertainment purposes, outlets, and also education practicing. So I will have a formal name at some point, which I will introduce later. But I use pseudonyms because I continue to talk shit. So my opinions are my own. I will have them. I'm not affiliated with anything, but I still respect places. So everybody that's listening, I hope you understand that. I will not hold anything back. I also am I myself am part of a YouTube channel, and a big thing that we do on there is we review games. So we don't want to just shit on games. We actually want to give a pro and a con, which I will do here for all the places that we talk about. Our local watering hole. I don't even know if we still need to use that, but we are going to.
We are.
Okay, so anytime we talk about any clubs or places or libraries or conventions or pool halls or whatever it is, I will give my honest opinion. So it will be more entertaining-wise. I hope everybody can take a joke because I am mostly joking when I'm on here because this is a stress relief for me and a place where I can share my opinion with the outside world. So with that in mind, that is why I still use a pseudonym for the time being. I respect you for using your actual official name. The name you go by in the community.
The name I go by, yeah.
Why do I use mine? You're both looking at me, so I figured we're all doing this. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know,
this is
man. You were like
soapbox.
screaming. It was. I'm like, I zoned
very
out for a
passionate
minute.
about this because I know
I
people
see
will be
that.
like, "Why don't you like? What? Yeah." So
I
I've
zoned
heard
out for a
comments
minute.
about my different affiliations or whatever.
Yeah, it was aggressive. I was
Also,
like,
I think that's fun. Yeah.
why do I do it? Oh, in the first episodes, we started where we were just going to be able to like talk shit about everything. So I was like, sweet, I'm just going to be able to talk. Why are you smiling?
Because we can still talk shit.
Nah, I'm not going to talk shit. I think I was being cruel to people. So maybe
you can
some
do
of
what
our
you can do what I do. I just unfiltered everybody. I'll talk shit to your face too. Just so I'm gonna get close to the mic for that. You can hear my opinion in person. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I can talk shit kindly though. So I think I was just being an asshole in the beginning, but I'm not positive. I actually have to go back and listen to it. But yeah, I'll probably go by my community name. I guess I call it. What do we call that? I like community name. I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, community
So
name.
it's just been FetLife name. Or
I didn't also because I've got other content and I don't want to be doxxed. So that was really a lot of it. I'm a girl. Doxing's a thing.
But your community name isn't the same as your content name, though.
Correct. I wanted more degrees of separation between all of them.
Yeah, so how are they going to dox it if you go by your community name here?
It's 1 degree closer and... Yeah. So I did off mic point at something.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, I don't want to be... I don't want to blur my professional stuff with my kink stuff. That was all.
Okay.
So thinking about that, I might still do that. And I've got content outside of all this, so that might get a little weird for me. But yeah, first it was because I was talking shit about my friends. Not stuff I wouldn't necessarily say to their faces, but maybe just a little nicer. I might have sounded
Just
like
in
an
a
asshole.
different way.
Might have sounded like an asshole.
I
I don't know though. Maybe I didn't sound like an asshole. I
In
have to go
all my
listen.
forms, have no problem being considered an asshole. That's another thing.
I don't need to be cruel though,
Yeah. See, you
because I
sound
love
like
my friends.
people on the YouTube. But anyways,
Mhm.
I have opinions about
You
that
what?
because if I'm being honest with everybody, I don't care if I sound like an asshole.
I don't need to be cruel though.
Yeah,
Cruelty has no place in any of this.
debatable.
So,
Anyways,
Okay.
so that's what happened.
what did Socrates say? Is it kind? Is it necessary? And is it true? Right? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? That's what it was. And if it's none of those, or if it doesn't fit one of those criteria, just fucking don't say it. True, necessary, kind.
Yeah, is your opinion true though? Yeah, I would argue that's what the podcast is. I'm not worried about being right, but you're going to get my opinion, or you don't have to listen. So I don't really care about being right.
Your opinion's true to you. So
Yeah.
it's true. Is it necessary to say? And is it kind? So I don't know if I was being unkind or not. So I want to go back and look, and then I'll probably go by my kink name.
That's another thing. I
community
don't really
name.
care if it's necessary or not. It's a podcast. So, and like I said, my opinions are my own. So you're going to get that from me. Don't assume that we all agree on all this either. So just because it comes out of one person's mouth, don't just latch. Oh, they're on the podcast together. They all no. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Some of us actually go out there and teach stuff and are affiliated with the local community, and some of us, kind of dabble in and out and use this as an outlet. So we don't all share the same opinion. Don't assume that. So if you have a question, come ask that person. Just
There you
because
go.
we're on the same podcast, do we not? I need like a little disclaimer on there.
Our views are our own.
Exactly.
There's your
Yeah.
disclaimer.
There it is.
Well, you're fired up, man.
I
What the
know.
Fuck?
I like it.
Yeah, because I got into
I don't.
the opinions
like,
of this
what the
thing.
hell?
Yeah, so I was just letting people know. I want to make it very clear. Well, you guys don't ingest as much like public pop culture stuff, like on the YouTubes
Content?
and stuff. Yeah,
No.
Not
Yeah,
that
so
kind of content. that you're talking
There's
about.
all kinds of stuff out there for the more
don't
popular
give a
peoples,
shit.
which I actually hope we get to at some point. But all that stuff comes into it at all, and people like to lump in the assumptions. So it's like I want to make it very clear: we do not all share the same opinion. We have differing views on all of that. So there it is, right there. So I'll keep saying
He
it over
sounds
and over again.
triggered.
I know.
Like we said something. One of us said something that
Something's
he
going,
disagrees with, and
yeah.
he's losing his fucking
No,
mind right now.
now you're making an assumption.
Yeah,
that
I am.
That
Tell me
this
about it.
started today.
Oh no, I didn't think it started today.
No, and you assume that it was you saying stuff. It was
Beats
all
me.
over the place. So I'm just saying that. Just want to make it clear.
I didn't assume that it was me.
So-
We, somebody, anybody. I don't know.
The world. Just blame it on the world. With that
We got
being
hold on. We
said-
got a hand flick. Did you see the hand flick? You got a hand flick out of that.
The world.
Whoa.
The world.
We
not,
got.
not just
That's a
JoJo.
lot.
He's fired up.
Yeah,
Not just
that's a lot.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Been holding a lot of stuff back for the last month and a
I
half.
can see that.
Wow.
This is why we're starting a new thing, which I will explain at the end, just so
Fucking
everybody knows.
Bold.
But
What?
today's episode,
I don't know.
What the fuck? We're
With our last-
start a new thing, and you're going to explain it at the end.
the fourth thing.
Oh, that.
we just
Okay.
talked about.
All right.
Anyways,
I didn't
today's
know.
episode,
Christ.
speaking of the last month and a half,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
done things.
I was
We
gonna call you
have.
Dame.
We've done things.
If I'm going to do it,
It's
I swear.
okay. It's
Rue,
okay.
you're going first.
It was good.
I'm
Wow.
going to sit here and drink
I
and
don't
watch
have to-
this
I
shit
don't have to
show.
edit- I don't have to put that on my notes to edit out
No.
anymore.
You don't have
Holy
to edit.
crap. So, with the name change, what else have we been doing for the last month?
Well, we've all collectively went to LLC in Atlanta.
We roomed together. It
we
was
roomed
so
together.
cute. We're good
Yeah.
roommates.
We
What? I loved it.
it was
got triggered
fun.
together. And all that
No,
It was
that's
great.
because it was double beds, and somebody over here's like a fucking brick house and takes up 3/4 of a bed,
Yes, that was the only reason that you were triggered. That
and there
whole
was no
weekend.
coffee.
I beg to differ.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The
There
hotel had
was
no coffee.
coffee.
So Rue brought.
Rue did fantastic. She's a great roommate. Brought all the snacks and everything. We literally did not bring shit. We drove the car up
I
there.
mothered the hell out of y'all.
Yes, I appreciated it.
Triggered each other, which was
no
our first time.
God. You were triggered. I was not. I didn't know shit. I didn't know you were upset at me at all until the end of the weekend, until we were driving home, and he's like, you were an asshole the entire time. And I'm like, what the fuck? There was like no car. What do you mean? I was tired. Whatever.
That's probably the reason why I want to bring this up now is I want to see Rue's interpretation of the whole weekend.
I was
in her
just
eyes.
tired and, upset about life. So, like, what the fuck? Why does that trigger you? I can be upset without it bothering anybody else.
Sure. So we didn't bring shit.
That's true.
Which is a little thing that I just told her earlier, that we actually had not been out of the state on any kind of trip ever. So that was our first trip out of state. So we're going to talk about the convention in general and probably give a little tips just so you don't make any mistakes. I will like to say that our favorite YouTube page, What's the Safe Word, just did this, so that kind of reminded me. It's kind of funny because I came up with the idea for the podcast before, and then they did like tips for going to a convention. I was like,
there you go.
So yeah, that's pretty helpful. So yeah.
No, LSE was great. I got to present for the first time, so I taught while I was there and facilitated a round table, which was amazing.
Time you taught at LSE?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, cool.
So that was really cool.
Wish we could link that somewhere.
They had a lot of amazing classes and presenters and keynote speakers, and the auction, because they do a scholarship, and so they auction items for academic scholarships, and that the auction items were phenomenal, and they raised so much money. It went over so good. They had a burlesque show that was amazing. And like it just really, they had cigar socials.
Before you go, do you want to, we talked about it once before, Campsters, but do you want to give like an overview, because LLC, what it means and all that stuff?
Sure. So LLC is the Leather Leadership Conference, and it's held in Atlanta, and it's not a normal convention. There's no play spaces. It's not play based. It's not hard skill based. It's all soft skill bases. And it's basically where if you organize an event, run a group, run a play space, if you do anything or want to, you can go to this convention, because all of the classes and all of the education is based around how to foster that. Either how to help build your community, how to make your community or make your event inclusive, how to work with issues that can come up with people in community and navigate them so that it doesn't collapse your group, or if it does, how to rebuild it. Everything's about presenting education, running groups, running play spaces, running munches, and like the people who either currently do it and want to continue to learn to do better or want to do it. So I kind of liken it to going to a professional development conference for your job, where you're doing the job, you're in the job, but you go and get professional development to help you do it better. Mm-hmm. It's like that, but for kink.
With breakout sessions.
And it is...
Leading kink specifically.
Yes, leading kink. And it is run by amazing leather people. You will find historically that most events and groups and such... historically were primarily all ran by leather folk. They organized it. They took on the heavy lifting of it. And as time has gone on, it has expanded a little bit. But if you look in any established community, you will see somewhere in that leadership people who are leather. And so Leather Leadership Convention has that name because that's who primarily does a lot of the heavy lifting. Not always and not in everything. I'm not saying it's an all or nothing, but historically and still currently.
You can almost say it's an all or nothing. I even would, and I'm not leather, because to me, BDSM is a community. Like, we've all done kink. People have done BDSM and kink for centuries and, probably a couple millennia. But as a modern community, it was the leather people who brought everyone together post like World War II and created an actual community out of it.
And so it's a little misleading, because I know that there's a lot of people that I experienced it with the two of you when I was trying to talk you guys into going to LLC. You were like, well, we're not leather. Why would we go to that? And I'm like, that's not it. It's not. You're going to have leather people there. Yes. But that's because leather people run the shit. And so I think it just
seems
took
like a
you
club
seeing it
that you're not allowed to go into.
That
but it's
I
not.
was
It
like, I was
really
being truthful when I said, no, it's not that it's a leather convention. It's a convention for education, and education happens to be run primarily by leather folk. So you cannot be leather and go to this convention and feel perfectly fine and welcomed.
Mm-hmm. So 2 things about that, 2 notes. Is it was funny, like all the people in our little group all had the same story that you told everybody, because we all thought it was just for leather, but then you invited people and they're like, oh, it's not just for leather. And then 2, when I tell people that, gone to the leather convention, it's like, oh, it's like, no, I'm not leather. I just have the pillar of my community here telling me that
you're adjacent.
Adjacent. Yeah, or leather tangent.
You don't have to be,
adjacent.
just because a convention says leather.
Leather adjacent.
Yeah, you don't have to be part of the leather community to go into these conventions.
No, because you don't have to be leather to run something. That just historically is part of how that works.
There was a guy there. He's from one of our local communities, and he, I guess, wasn't leather at all and got presented with all of his leather stuff and went into the community. And I was like, how the hell does that even work?
Getting presented leather? That's a personal. That's a personal decision.
It was wild. I was like, really?
That's a whole.
I have an opinion about that.
We could.
Also, hello.
That would derail this entire.
Hello, leather
episode.
friends.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about. So it's kind of weird because they could be listening right now. So
beats me.
Hello, leather friends. I see. Thank you for spiking our downloads over the last month.
Why would
we
they
really
be
appreciate
listening?
it.
Maybe they are.
No, I passed out business cards.
They're 100%.
Okay.
They're 100% listening.
Wow.
Hello. Okay. It was nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
Jeez. I just got the eyes.
I got business cards about the podcast made before the convention so that I could share it with people.
Yeah, thank you.
It was brilliant.
You've got us to the highest downloads we've had so far. So it's very appreciative. Hello and thank you. So,
you're welcome.
Well, thank you to you too. It's the pillar there. Okay, so go ahead.
It's going sideways. Guys, it's over.
No, it's good.
No, so it was an amazing convention. It was great as always. It was the second time that I've been able to go and the first time I was able to present. So I hope to do it in the future. I will continue to apply to teach there, and whether I get picked, I will still continue to go. So
you had to apply, you didn't get asked?
No, you have to apply.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. You have to submit what classes you would like to teach, and then you're either accepted to teach those classes or not.
Okay, so that you I don't know what to relate that to. You just give them a list.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to say like, oh, I taught this before?
No.
Okay.
But they ask for references.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you get vetted to do that?
They ask for references.
What if you've never taught a class anywhere before?
I would suggest starting with your local community and learn how to do it with trusted people around you that can give you great critique and feedback and help build that skill in you.
Jeez, I'm going to have to put that as a topic list too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it teaching the class?
It was a little nerve-wracking.
We didn't get to go. We were in a different room,
it was a little.
sad,
I was a little nervous because I taught communicating with intent, and I normally teach this to people to individualize it. So I had to adapt it on how you can use it to strengthen your community and navigate community and groups, not just an individual thing.
Oh, you teach it as an interpersonal relationship
Yes.
technique.
And
is
so
the
I had
thing.
to
So now
adapt it.
you were teaching
to-
it in an organizational behavior
Yes.
platform realm, whatever, because you're trying to teach other leaders.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
This is another thing. It's not that we didn't want to attend the class. Somebody didn't want us to go to the class.
Okay,
go
so
to other places.
Like
Learn
you
other
guys are
stuff.
always around me, so I wanted you to
Hey,
experience other people besides me.
I've been to one class, okay, that you've taught. So excuse me, and I didn't know anything about the emotional. You didn't say what the class was.
It's communicating with intent, and I use the emotional wheel by the Juno Institute to help teach how to unlazy your brain with emotions and be able to identify feelings preemptively before you try to have conversations or before you try to talk with people, so that long story short, I could look at you and say, I'm really angry with you. And that is such a broad stroke. Like, you have no idea what I'm talking about other than I'm feeling an emotion. But if I went to you and said, I'm really disappointed with you, well, that could be that's going to have a completely different feeling. And that disappointment has led to my anger, but it's a deeper feeling that can come from anger. Sad. And so there's 3 levels in the emotion wheel, and the core 6 or 7 are like your lazy brain. It's the go-to feeling that all of our brains go to because we don't like to think too deep, right? We like to use the easiest words that come to mind to express our feelings, because our feelings are overwhelming in and of themselves. So to add overwhelming vocabulary is sometimes too much for us to do unless we train our brains to do it. And so we know how to say that we're happy. We know how to say that we are angry. We know how to say that we love something.
Yeah, the core emotions are in the center.
And then you
fine tune them.
Yes. And so you can take each of those core feelings and you go out a level. And so for each one, there's going to be multiple words that make it a deeper feeling. And then from those, it branches out one more time. And when you actually look at the wheel as a whole, if you are in the angry category and you are feeling disrespected or abandoned, or actually abandonment goes with fear, because fear is a category. You can see if you want to get out of that feeling, it's such a huge jump to go 3 steps, say all the way to feeling content or love. But you can take the one next step. So you can go from feeling disrespected to the next one that's lesser specific. And then that goes into that anger, and now from anger to love, and now we can go to contentment. And so instead of just trying to jump from abandonment to contentment, you can jump from abandonment to fear to love to content. It's a way to be able to navigate that through a visual aid. And I was able to narrow that down and be able to apply it to use it within the community, because you're going to have people that come to you with issues or things that have happened to them. And so if you can hear them and identify where they're at and what they're feeling, then you could help better navigate them out of that space and help them understand where they're coming from and why they feel that way, and mitigate any more harm that they could do for themselves or any harm that could possibly come from the group, simply by helping them identify what's really bringing them to the table. Also, you can use it to identify whether or not your space is inclusive enough, because feeling included in something or feeling abandoned is a byproduct of being involved in a group. So if you have people that are coming to your group for the first time, look at your group through a different lens. Are they going to feel included? Are they going to feel welcomed? Are they going to walk in and when nobody talks to them, they're instantly going to feel abandoned because nobody welcomed them? So if you think that is a byproduct of your group, now if I see that, well, now I can elicit help from my group and have people be greeters or welcome people, so that I can mediate that feeling and not allow people to come in and feel that initially, because we've got people who their volunteer job is to greet new people and to introduce them to people and to make them feel welcomed. So you can use these emotions to try to help navigate and strengthen the health of your group and the success of your group. So that's kind of what the class was, is being able to do it at an interpersonal level with the communication with people in your group and your relationships, and being able to translate that to a bigger organizational strategy to strengthen the health of your group.
I'm giving you my words.
Sounds like a good class. I wish I was allowed to go.
I got good feedback. I got really good feedback.
Yeah, it sounds like very informative. I would love to have been able to go.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, next time? I'm allowed to go next time?
Yeah, next time you can go.
It was official now because it's recorded, so it's out there.
So I got to teach that class, which it was very well received, which I was appreciative of. I got to facilitate a round table, which was very cool.
Oh, we got to go to that.
I always like doing that.
Well, she wasn't teaching, so we were allowed to go.
Yeah, you were allowed to go to that. But yeah, I got to attend a lot of amazing classes, and I highly recommend that anybody go to the website and look at the next convention.
Mm-hmm.
How was Sunday? Because we left early.
It was good. There was a few classes in the morning, and then the keynote speaker was amazing as always. And it just was a really nice, well-rounded closure to it. And then Sunday evening, everybody kind of did their own thing and was decompressing. Some people left Sunday, some people left Monday morning. So
we had crab legs.
We did.
Dude.
Because it was my birthday during the convention.
Dude.
Busy.
So good.
It was so good. We snuck away and had this amazing seafood dinner that, like, oh my gosh, we were like a bunch of toddlers eating this. Man. It was messy and it was amazing and it was so much fun.
I left because it was too busy and I don't like seafood. So
yeah.
I had
it was worth every penny.
It was. It was worth every penny and every bite. It was a good night.
I
actually really liked that convention too.
Yeah.
There was one, actually the two classes.
Yeah. This.
I think.
Clam chowder.
I think her name. I liked her classes. I liked anything she was presenting. Sorry, I just moved away from the mic. I liked anything that she was presenting. That was pretty cool. And I forget the guy's name who was a presenter. He was a pup, though. He's like a leather pup. And he presented how to moderate, how to be a good moderator. So I took notes. I wanted to go to that. And I was able to host. Can I talk about what we were guest hosting?
Table.
A round table. Yeah. Guest hosting a round table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most communities have them.
Okay, perfect.
So
I was able to.
Names, probably not.
No.
Yeah, no names.
No, I didn't. What do you mean? Why not?
No names. Probably not.
That was a public
Yeah, no names.
thing. Okay.
I'll just cut it out.
All right. Able to host the round table, I don't know, locally because of I don't remember the guy's name, but I guess that's fine. Who lost my train of thought.
You got to take a class on moderating, and then you got to actually moderate
a
round table.
And you kind of use that. I hadn't even reviewed the notes. It just sort of stuck with me. It made sense, so I was able to do that, and I put on big Dom vibes.
Why don't you start?
And it was just natural. It was
start
nice.
at the beginning.
No, I'm done. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm good.
Goodness. Okay, so beginning. It was very rainy when we got there.
It was.
It was so cold.
It was so cold.
So we're
I was not
expecting in the beginning of LLC.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
so cold.
Yes. So yeah,
I'm glad I looked at the weather before I packed, or I'd have been screwed.
I did not look at the weather. I just happened to bring a jacket. I was like, oh,
yeah, I was rushed. I had too much stuff going on.
That was very cold. So yeah, went there. Everybody was inviting for the most part, I should say. So I'm used to geek conventions. So going to the big conventions, I say big because the last time I was in Atlanta was for Dragon Con. Being able to go in and just park was interesting. The hotel was pretty cool. It was in a part of Atlanta I had never been before. So going in, it was very informative, way more formal than what I'm used to. The leather community is interesting to observe. I went in there just as an observer with no food and no drinks that I still going to be thinking about that the whole time. So let's see. I went to the round table. We all did that together. Pretty much every class we went to, we were together.
Kind of.
So
a little bit,
until we weren't allowed to go together.
Wow.
But there was no play spaces there, like you said, as a regular convention.
Education-based convention.
But yeah, the social events were good. Speakers were good. The auction was amazing. I missed out on the leather bag with all kind of
auction.
leather. What did you think I said?
You slurred your word together.
Okay. There was an amazing bag I wish I could have bid on.
Yes.
That bag was so sexy.
A lot of good art. As a new person to the leather convention stuff, I will say you definitely do not need to be part of the leather community to get something out of it. It was interesting to see. It was very inclusive. I will say that. So everybody was dressed out. A lot of the queer community people were part of it. That was interesting. Yeah, definitely different words in there. some of those people are listening now. It was interesting to see people that are around the area, but we had to like go to Atlanta to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully see y'all out there some more. I'll be messaging you on FetLife. So getting to know those people more will be interesting. It was nice to see everybody, like the committee members organizing the whole
board.
thing. Yeah, the board.
Mm-hmm. It's an amazing board. They're really awesome people. And one of the main groups that you will see at LLC is Onyx. Onyx is just by far one of my favorite groups out there, and they know how to party.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to throw a party. They definitely know how to make some hunch punch.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to you all.
They were the glue that held that whole thing together. And
Onyx
they were
always
cool as
shows
hell.
out, and they are just collectively such amazing people, and they are full of stories and full of love and full of community, and I always kudos to Onyx.
They had a great vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Every
their
time
whole
I saw
thing
them.
just was very nostalgic to me because I was like, the black fraternity scene is
Mm-hmm.
what it reminded me of.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
when doing hunch punch. I was like, oh, I'm back in college.
Oh yeah,
It's like, oh, just drink
you
one of
gotta be
these.
careful of that hunch punch.
Yeah, I
It'll
had like
sneak up on
I
you.
had like 4 or 5. I'm back to my college days right
Yeah,
there. So
it's good.
I was good.
I always feel like anytime I get to go to an Onyx party because it's always a good
interesting. The social was nice. They actually had somebody that did the whole cigar service throughout the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
seeing different types of relationships all together. I just like the fact that everybody was cool wearing what they wore in the middle of Atlanta, which is kind of funny to think about. So
Atlanta's actually a really inclusive city.
it depends on where in Atlanta. There's like
Probably,
lines like there is here.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. The vendors were nice. The whole room,
Really nice
'cause
vendors.
It was a
Yeah.
leather convention. The whole room smelled amazing.
Mm-hmm. I
All
kept
the
walking
different
by and
thing
going,
in there. Yeah, I got some good rope out of there, which I'm very excited to play with at some point. Let's see. Oh, I was going to say something. I got burnt out because there was so much going on. I came in my observer mode, so I wasn't super social. Was very quiet, so I just kind of observed the whole time. So I missed out on some of the other stuff because when they went to get crab legs, I was like, I'm going to get McDonald's. And I went to the room and I was like, I'm tired. So be prepared, people. I will say, just as a little side note, when you're going to a convention, there's some basics you need. Bring water, just in case the place doesn't have water. I mean, most places do have water. Make sure you bring a little reusable thing and a bag. As you go to register...
a bag.
Yeah. Most places will give you, as you're part of your registration, you'll get your badge, you get a lanyard, and then they'll have some sort of bag. That bag will be big enough to put a water in. If you have a regular water bottle, you can use that. Sometimes you can fit a bigger water bottle. We just went to MegaCon
Bring your canteen.
recently. It's a huge bag that you can bring. But yeah, bring a reusable water bottle because there'll usually be a water fountain that you can fill it up on. We want to save the environment. Bring some snacks just in case because we had snacks in our room. Mm-hmm. Thank you to Miss Rue for bringing snacks for us. But yeah, make sure you have something to carry those in so you can use it during the convention because most hotel places, as hopefully most people know, are not really close to some food places. So you actually have to leave to go out and come back. And some of the classes, depending on where you're at, can go from anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So make sure you bring a snack so you can have something to eat before you actually eat because you could be there for like 6 hours just taking classes and be hungry the whole time.
Not
be
all
able to
hotels
focus.
have a restaurant. Too.
Yeah, or they're just too fucking expensive, which is like the norm nowadays for some reason. Make sure you bring something to take notes with. A lot of places, even if it's not super educational, will have some kind of notes you want to take. So put that in your bag as well.
And for the class time, it's okay to be comfortable.
Yes.
You don't have to dress up to attend classes because you're going to be sitting a lot. You're going to be walking around a lot. So bring comfortable clothes. Like if you don't wear jeans on a regular basis, you might not want to wear them when you're going to classes all day. So it's okay to dress for comfort.
Yes, and then also bring like a sweater or something just in case you get cold.
Oh yeah, because it's usually the air's on it.
Yeah, you can bring a whole blanket. As far as I know, most convention bags are pretty big, so you can probably fit this stuff in there. But yeah, just remember that so you can have a better time at these conventions and stuff. Just a little side note for somebody that's gone to different conventions. As you know, the bigger geek conventions, usually you're doing some kind of cosplay, so you don't have any pockets. So you're going to need a bag to bring around with you to carry all this stuff with you. Let's see. That's pretty much it. It was a great time. Look forward to doing it again. I'm at the point now where I'm probably going to be starting to volunteer for some stuff. So everywhere I go, I'll be doing more volunteering. Let's see. What else did we do? Do you have anything to say about LLC, or want to move on to the next?
No, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's all good things.
Okay.
All good things.
Yeah, good speeches and everything like that. Once again, thank you, LLC people, for listening to the podcast and downloading and streaming and all that different things. You got anything else over there?
Nope.
Okay. So, after LLC, what happened? We went to a sex club. I don't know which.
That was after or before?
Not we collectively.
You were there in spirit.
I was there in spirit.
You were there in spirit.
I was not physically there.
I don't know what else you did up until that time. If you want to share that before?
I've done a couple leather panels. I've been invited. I did an online one on Zoom that was really amazing for another podcast that I follow and adore. And then I was invited to...
Well, that you probably shout out.
Yeah, Leather and Limits. It's an amazing podcast. It's it's run by... my sister and her friend, and it's a kink and leather, mostly kink podcast. Very education based, so it's huge shout out to them. They're doing really good work with it. And so I got to be on I was invited on a leather panel for that podcast, and then I was invited to Jacksonville for an in-person leather panel.
I want to hear about that.
That went amazing. I was very grateful to have been invited to be a part of that. So yeah, I've been a little busy, just a little. And
this month has been a panic. The past couple of months, man, have been a panic. Yeah, it's been packed.
It's been busy. A lot going on, and just volunteering like I normally do, and. Yeah, that's pretty much, kink wise. That's what I've had going on.
Yeah, it was kind of quiet for January and February, and then March kind of picked up like spring break time.
March went fucking bananas. Let's just not even mince words about it.
Yeah. So during that time, after LLC, we went to a sex club down the street from us, which was pretty nice. I bring that up to kind of do an overview of these places, like as we talk about like conventions and what to expect when you go there. So when you go into a sex club, similar to our previous podcast about going into a kink space, you are under no obligation to dress up a certain way.
They encourage it, but there's no obligation.
Usually they have more themes, which I noticed in most like public sex clubs, not so much in like private spaces, sex positive spaces, I should say. There's usually a theme for what to wear when you go there. But you still don't have to. You can come in as you want. Even though it is a sex club, you don't have to have sex. Most places do have a bar, so just be wary of that, drinking too much and then doing stuff like that. And the ones we go to here in the local area usually have some kind of dungeon. There's hopefully not a hard point there, because with the alcohol, you don't want to be suspending people with.
Well, it's a hard point
with alcohol in there. Hard point is some kind of structure that is fastened to another permanent structure where you can suspend people from with rope. And other things. Sometimes they just put swings up there and stuff, hang it from there. That would be safer than an actual suspension. So just be mindful of that alcohol is around, so you don't want to get too heavy on the kink stuff. But sex is usually going on in most places, so just be wary of fluids flying around.
Wow. Really?
Wow.
Fluids flying around.
Fucking bold.
Okay,
wow. That doesn't happen, everybody.
It does not happen like that.
Hey, we talked about this at the beginning. Yes, and we're doing our
Excuse me?
We didn't talk about we did. Yes, and we're doing that now. Anyways, no, fluids aren't flying around. That was a joke. But sex is happening, could be happening, but it's totally a social space. And you guys can choose to agree or disagree with me on most of these things that I'm listing. But similar to a kink public space, everything is consensual. Okay, consent is a big thing. Just because you see it out there doesn't mean you can grab it and touch it. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to interject here because
he's just going off.
Sex clubs and swinger clubs operate from with different social etiquette and rules than kink spaces do.
I would say that.
So I would not. I mean, yes, you would
consent,
hope
though.
that everybody goes in there with consent-minded ideologies,
now,
but that's
there
not
are
the
different
actual
levels
practice.
of consent. Yes, there are different levels of consent, but the
gracious.
places that
I'm
I've
staying
been to have been very consensual,
I'm staying out of
including this place that we went to. You have no comments on the whole experience?
The place was great though. It was cute. I liked it. Are we gonna say which one it was?
No.
All right, it was cute.
Yeah, so it was smaller than the bigger public places that we went to. Anyway, I haven't been to our biggest public, but the places that I've gone to, the house parties, kind of, sort of, and this public places that I've gone to, consent was a big thing. So
Good.
It's
good to hear that.
Yeah.
It just historically that is not how that goes.
Yeah, the big one, I've heard all kinds of stories, but this place was nice. It had 2 levels, which was cool. Had a big old bathroom with a shower inside of there. They had rooms that could lock. They had a glory hole, which was interesting, but it was in the corner. So just be some guy in the corner be like, hey, what's going on as people come in. There was a pool table there, so you could actually have some kind of social thing in tables, which is very different from most places because there's not usually just a table to sit at, which was nice. And there was a little lounge area. They had a little makeshift dungeon. And then, of course,
remember that club that closed near us because it was sketchy as shit?
Yeah.
And it used to have a little area with tables in the front. It was a lot like that.
Gotcha.
I don't remember. 'Cause I don't think I was there when it was the new place. But I will say, as far as a sex club, hopefully, like I said, consent is a big thing. 2, hopefully you have some kind of condom situation going on. Hopefully the place is very mindful of that. And then 3, hopefully
this
there's
place did. They had bowls and
they actually had bowls
strewn
there
all over the place, and they were always available. It was kind of
so
nice.
basically things to look for: consent, condoms, and some kind of cleanup. Hopefully they have some kind of
the 3 C's: consent, condoms, and cleanup. I like that.
Hopefully they have towels. This is just
hygiene. They need hygiene.
Yeah.
Change the sheets. Is there a place when you can take the sheets off, and when they're dirty, you put them on? And how do you tell the person that the sheets need to be changed? So you've got a little garbage can you toss everything into, and then there's Lysol wipes or something.
Yeah, this is all stuff.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, all stuff to look for when you're going into a new space like this. Just, please have sheets and towels and something for people to use to clean up. And, yes, that'd be nice.
And don't be afraid to take a bag with comfy clothes to go home in.
Okay.
Because sometimes you go in outfits and you're really proud of them and you spend a lot of time on them. But once
you got 7-inch pleasers on and you're like, fuck
once
this.
you've been out of it, the idea of sometimes putting those shoes back on or putting that outfit back on to ride home is the last thing
after
on
you've
your
gotten
mind.
ridden and you're
So don't
soaking
feel
wet juice. Gross.
out of place to bring a bag with some comfy clothes for the ride home.
Oh, that was another thing. Bring a padlock. That's one thing that we've learned from going all to our places. Most places have lockers where you can lock your stuff off, and then they will charge you for a brand new lock. And sometimes, they jack the prices up. That's one thing I always forget. Bring a padlock because you might have a locker situation. You can put your stuff if you don't want to take it all the way back to your car. Luckily, the car was right around the corner. Parking was right there. But most places you actually have to walk all the way into. You don't want to go all the way to your car, especially if you're just wearing underwear or something like that. So most places have lockers. Make sure you bring a lock.
You know what I always bring? A robe. I always bring a robe. You just throw it on. Or a wrap dress.
Yeah.
Which is a robe is, wrap dress, robe, same freaking thing. And you can walk outside in it.
Yeah.
You just toss it on. Bring your flip-flops and a robe and just walk out.
Some people bring a Snuggie or a big beach towel or something like that.
No, I mean so you can walk outside.
You can watch outside in a beach towel. It covers the stuff.
Yeah, technically.
I mean, I know you can, but
we're
in the middle of a city.
Yeah, technically pasties count. So.
You're walking in the middle of a city with your beach towel on. Okay. The place
it's
had
a
a lot
beach
of
city.
The place had a lot of they don't know that. The place had a lot of plywood.
Okay.
Excuse me?
I think Siri's talking to people.
Hello?
That's not mine.
Weird. I don't know what that was. Anyways, so bring a padlock. That was my biggest thing. Bring a padlock. So hopefully your places have that kind of stuff. And we'll touch more on that. More sex club adventures. It wasn't too busy when we went. It was interesting because it was a unicorn or dragon night.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
What is that?
Yeah. So if you're looking as a couple to invite somebody else into your scene, sexual, in this case, usually the unicorn is usually denoted as the female and the dragon is the guy. There's also like manticore and goblin or something. There's all different kinds of mythical creatures that guys have names. It's like, but a unicorn isn't male or female, so it's like I don't understand.
Female.
Let me clear this
In
up.
that scene, but actual, I'm talking about like legit unicorns or male. There's male and female unicorns. Why not a pegacorn or a pegasus?
So I
Jesus
so
like where does names come from?
Speaking as a previous unicorn. A unicorn is a single female who is unattached at the party, who goes and is open to playing with other couples.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Rue.
Okay. A dragon is the male version. It is an unattached male person who goes to these parties who is open to playing with other couples or other people. So you're basically, the whole point is you are unattached when you go to these parties. So you're not going as part of a couple.
Yeah. Which is interesting for the dragon manticore or whatever you want to call it, because there's like always single guys at most of these places that I know of. So it's like actually having a night for that. It's like you're just going to have more single guys there. So there was free pizza till 11 as well. So that was pretty nice. Yeah. Didn't get full on it.
Soak up all that alcohol.
Yeah. It was interesting to get stuffed on pizza and then go have sex afterwards. It's like, how the fuck does that happen?
Not a bad time.
Ooh, that's a farty, gassy time. So
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting.
He's not wrong.
So to wrap up that, bring a padlock. Something to change in. I gotta just say that because it's like 2 out of 2 times going to the sex clubs. I wish I had a padlock because they have lockers. So that brings us to. I guess we can talk about. Do you want to talk about MegaCon at all?
No.
Somebody's
That's
completely
kink stuff.
Hey, there's some. I saw a lot of ass
that's
cheeks.
geek stuff.
I saw a lot of ass cheeks. Speaking
I
of,
guess.
I saw.
Oh, you know
I
what?
saw a lot
We
of ass
can
cheeks.
because there's kinky and geeky.
Geeky and kinky.
Geeky and kinky, whatever the fuck they called it. It's the same as all the shit that we all name stuff. Geeky and kinky,
Yeah.
and there was the place that makes the clothes that are all obviously kinky clothes. Both of those. The screen print booth makes all the clothes that are like sketchy as shit.
Oh, I have the shorts and stuff. They
Yeah.
have puns. They do puns. Yeah, they do puns.
They were cute.
I'll show you my magic wand. It's
Yeah,
right
so
on the
there's
crotch
a
area.
couple places that.
Yeah, incredible bulk.
Yeah, cosplay and
Yeah.
kink are overlapping communities very, very much.
So yeah, there's a lot of I saw a lot of ass cheeks.
A lot of ass cheeks.
A lot of ass,
A lot of ass cheeks.
A lot of
lesbians. A
lot
lot
of
of
cake.
actually, I don't know if they were lesbians. They were more just like bi girls making out and stuff. It was
They're
fun.
making out.
Yeah,
Oh,
always. What do you mean?
Always.
Yeah,
It's
man.
MegaCon.
They're in the middle of the freaking right by the door. Right by the door.
Making out.
By the door by the bathroom.
Oh, you
By
went to
the
bathroom.
escalators.
I didn't see that.
By the escalators.
Yeah, a lot
By
of
the coffee
stuff.
place.
Should
Yeah.
come out with us one time.
Mhm.
Dress up.
To MegaCon, I would not fit in on
That's not true.
Mega
There-
lot
we
of-
saw
lot of Harry Potter
we
stuff.
saw
Oh,
a
well,
lot
if
of
there's
Harry
Harry
Potter,
Potter
yeah.
stuff,
Dude.
I would fit in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
Spectra,
abso-
Patrona, and then
yeah, I could
the-
go for that.
Excuse me? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Expected omegas. So
Okay. Anyway, yeah, MegaCon's a good time.
yeah,
But yeah, the
Mega's
kink and
MegaCon,
geek
yeah.
communities
There's all kinds of
overlap, which
stuff
is,
out
I
there.
think, where...
Anybody knows about MegaCon? It's one of the biggest geek conventions on the southeast
It is
coast.
the beast, the beast, the biggest
The
on the
beast.
south. Yeah, I drank a little
The
too much now. I haven't eaten enough today. Shit. It's the largest in the southeast.
Yeah, you guys have to Google that one. I'll put the other links for the other stuff in the
Yeah,
description. but
MegaCon is the
MegaCon's
largest
big one.
convention in
Yeah,
the largest
It's good stuff.
whatever geek convention in the southeast.
But
Comic
yeah, so
convention.
everything's mixing. I got a couple of my bag. I got the pronoun button, has all
Nice.
available pronouns on there, and my different rainbow bag. Yeah, buttons. I got the polyamory button and the demisexual button. So
Very cool.
all that. And I got me a couple skirts that
I saw one.
Yeah,
It looked good.
It's very stressful that day wearing that.
Isn't
That's
he
my first
cute
time I
in
wore
that?
that in
I know.
public.
I liked it, but I purposely was not going to comment on it because I didn't want to draw attention to it because it was your first time in public.
Oh, God,
So I was just like letting you have it.
it was weird not getting comments about it because everybody just kind of like, yeah. So
But that's like that's an acceptance thing.
yeah, I figure it for that
Yeah.
space. So it's like interesting. So I'm gonna try to wear it out more often to different my
Good.
vanilla friends. So see what they say
How
about it.
Was it comfortable?
It was very comfortable. I don't know
Yeah.
why women wanted to wear pants in the first place. It's like, why the fuck are you going? You got
I don't like
dresses.
my thighs rubbing together.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
just wear different underwear.
that has nothing to do with your thighs.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it does not.
Yes. My thighs rub together. You know how many holes I've rubbed out in shorts because my thighs rub together? I just
Yeah,
wear
but your
different underwear.
Underwear doesn't.
Boxer
Women's
briefs.
underwear
There
doesn't.
He's talking
you go.
about-
There you
Yeah.
go.
He's talking about
women's
boxers.
underwear.
Women's
you can wear
underwear.
boy shorts. That works too.
It's a lot of fabric.
Boy shorts
It is,
don't.
it's a-
No, boy shorts
No.
don't cover your thighs.
I'll show you next time. I would have showed
Lot.
it to you if you had asked. Yeah, I had like,
Yeah.
I had,
You
I've
take
been,
a peek under your
I've been wearing thigh
under your skirt.
thigh protecting underwears for many years now because I rubbed through many shorts. So now I ain't got to worry about that because I got a dress.
You have a dress.
Very much a Demon Slayer for my geeks out there. Big whoop. Yeah, season just started. That's for me. The other two have no idea what I'm
Jesus
talking about.
Christ! Yes, of course I do.
I
The
do
other
not.
Two.
I
Get
do
outta
not.
here, dude. We were freaking Demon Slayer last year at
Yes,
MegaCon.
yes, and what's drawing over there? Somebody went ahead and just started drawing, just tapped out. So
You're not allowed to drink anymore, or something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're
I'm
a
drinking.
mess.
So yeah, it's called entertainment. I'm Fresno Bob here,
You're a mess.
number one
I'm
entertainer.
drawing, I took a picture of my flowers.
Do you want to talk about? So while
dick.
Miss Rue was at
Whatever.
Jacksonville this weekend,
Yeah.
she asked us after actually the last
Pass
podcast. I
the
think.
reins.
Yeah, she brought us in, put me in coach, put us into the game here. I'll say quickly, I was running audio video during the event, so that was cool for me because
I was creeping in the background because
Yeah.
I couldn't be there.
yeah, somebody decided
was
to jump in out of
yeah, it was
nowhere.
great.
I was like, what are you doing? I was over here. It felt like teacher coming in, checking in on you.
Nah, I was happy. I was
No,
happy
That's what we're
with
doing
you
that.
with
were
review.
not doing
No.
that.
That's what it felt like.
Rue didn't give a shit.
Anyways,
No.
it's gonna get
All the faith
that's
in
weird
the
to
world.
hear now. But yeah, I was doing the audio video thing, so it was good. And then the esteemed Esme can give her point, but from my seat, she did a great job. We just got
She
to work.
did.
We just got to work on our nonverbal communication.
I still
Yeah.
don't know what you mean by that.
So in Zoom, I guess I can talk about this because nothing specific, but most people know about like Zoom now. When you go to do stuff, it's like people have questions and hands raised, but you have a moderator in the room, so it's like you got to be able to direct the person as the audio video person. Hey, this person has a question. Is there something in the chat? But looking over and then just like, it's like, can I get some confirmation you saw what I'm saying? Like,
I always saw. I just didn't care that it was a person because I wanted the people in the room to speak.
yeah, but those
first, and
people are a part of it
they're
too.
working. I was working on it.
Yeah, but give me some confirmation you saw it.
I almost didn't need you to tell me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
Because I knew to ping all around to the different spots.
Oh yeah, somebody took notes on her little class.
No,
or
I
whatever?
just am hyper vigilant like that. I was looking
Mhm.
around when
you
I'm
wanna
not.
You want to talk about it there?
No.
So
I thought it went
so
very
helpful
well.
to the podcast.
I'm gonna be replaced soon.
With what?
You guys.
With her? I'll just be there running all the audio video for
I don't know,
everything.
man.
So
It wasn't.
quickly as we wrap
What?
up.
I don't know what you'd want me to talk about.
We can talk
Oh,
about the
no.
topics.
He was just trying to get an overview of what you guys have been doing since we last got together, and that was one of the things you guys got to do.
Oh,
You're
Yeah.
also leading us to the next episode.
is that what we're talking about in the next episode?
Yes.
Just
Oh.
trying to segue.
I don't know. We were talking about that in the next episode. It's gonna be weird. I don't know. I we walk into these
Yes,
things.
and has fallen apart.
Yes, and
Yeah,
it's
I don't know about
gone.
the yes and.
go
It's gone.
I'm just going with it. Segue into the next episode then. I don't know.
So one of the big things that came up in the group conversation
You
was
side-
dynamic-y things,
I wanted to talk about some
validation
stuff, so yeah.
of being dominant. It was very switchy actually for more so than normal. So that was interesting. That it
Because
was
that's what I
it
wanted
was
to
more
talk. Oh, you didn't
switchy.
call in the beginning.
I was there about 15 minutes after it started.
We will
Switchy.
tease that for the next episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as we wrap up on our current events of what's been going on, hopefully you got some good little facts there about what to do at your next convention or sex club before you start whacking it on the person's shoulder next to you.
What?
Wow. That was a big wow. Holy crap.
We don't have the
wow
wow
counter.
counter. No, wow counter.
That's not going away.
That's not going away.
We got a wow counter.
We're rolling Dame's wow counter into Rue's wow counter
Yes.
now.
Oh
So
yeah, there you go.
that's a thing.
It's the Rue wow. Can you like scratch out Dame and then put Rue?
Yep.
But that was it for today, or for this episode. So catch you next time. Do we say we were talking about the book? At some point we're so that was all for today. And then you'll have the outro after that. We're still figuring that out when it comes in there. But for now, to my right, I officially have.
This is Miss Rue.
She's officially here. She killed Dame, threw off her brig.
Yep.
Choked on some
Choked on a
dildos.
dildo.
Fridge.
And to my left, I have.
This is Esme.
And I am Fresno Bob, bringing the hits. That's how you know me. Real simple.
Bringing
And
the hits.
outro. Bye.
See you guys.
Oh, hello.